Hello everyone and welcome back to another Let's Play, and today we're on the Severn Valley, and this route has been a long time in development, over 10 years, and it's finally here. It did come out a couple of years ago for members only, but now it is in full release for the general public. So we're going to start in Bridgnorth and we're going to go all the way to Kidderminster, but we're going to start here. And let's take a look around. So this is their workshop. At the back. Oh, what's this? Nice. I have actually been to the Severn Valley, but not for like over 20 years. I keep meaning to go back there. It's on the cards, but we'll see. So we'll scoot over to the shed. And this kind of sums up the Severn Valley. Now, this does have the route a lot of stock that is available. So we've got over here, we've got the 1500, we've got the Flying Pig, Bradley Manor, the Pannier, the Bossman Games Stania Crab, or Stania Mogul, however you prefer it. And yeah, there are a lot of assets available. But, however, one thing I will say is setting up this free roam, it did crash quite a lot. So my advice would be, if you're going to make your own scenarios, write down a list of what you want and figure out where you want them. And also make a list of every asset on the Heritage Railway and refer to that, rather than keep flicking in and out of, say, the Severn Valley Wiki, which is fantastic, which is what I used to set this up. But it does mean that the game will crash quite a lot. So the shed looks nice, the former yard. Signal box looks oh, I've got some missing textures. I might have a few assets missing, but not many. Signal box there, looking lovely. I'm not sure how you get into it though. The station building. Oh, hang on. Let's go over to the footbridge. Kind of. There we go. Yep. Oh look, they've even got the Roman's arms. But yeah, station building looks absolutely lovely. Nice little building there. Down here, I've put in some of their additional stock. So look, you've got the 14, an 08. This is Welsh Guardsman, which is here, although it's actually currently under a tarpaulin. Staff accommodation, which you can walk down to. This path, but we are going to be driving this. This is the Precision Locomotive Development Bossman Games. I still call the Bossman Games out of force of habit. It's their Class 50, and the coaches are the Gorick coaches from Matrix Trains, but we also have got a Hawksworth one. Like the North Norfolk we did last time, there is custom assets for the stock. You can get the custom you can get the coaches with the numbers on already, which saves you renumbering. But like I said, because the Severn Valley has a lot of assets, apart with the odd exception which we'll see when we get to Highley, there is no custom assets for this stock. So let's jump in. So let's get going. Take the brake off. Whirl it up. Oh, hang on. There we go. Sorry about that, wasn't in forward gear for some reason. There we go. So we're now leaving Bridgnorth, and we're crossing over the main road. Or we're crossing over the town anyway. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice noise that they've put in. Yeah, 14, that'd be fine. And then this is the road bridge that was brand new that they put in. Well, they put it in later. There's the bypass. Okay. And off we go. Just test out the horn. Alright, so we've got to slow down in a bit. Oh. So we'll just cut the power. We will be able to open up the 50 in a while. We've just got to get over the viaduct. So coming up now, bit of brake. There we go. Just get rid of it. Oh, that looks really nice. That looks lovely, that bridge. Oh, apart from that bit. Yeah, that looked... So far, so good. Oh, slowed it down a bit too much. Right. Are we nearly at this zone yet? So I really want to try and open up this 50. There we go. Right, now we can open up. Hoping it sounds okay. I mean, I've turned the... There we go. Oh. Oh, there is a short button. Okay. So we're approaching Eardington now. Bit hard to get shots at the moment, but one of the nice things about the Severn Valley is, as I'm sure people will appreciate, is it is very, very photogenic. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like I say, I have been here. Ooh. What did that sign say? Eardington Summit. Oh, that's a nice feature. Okay. Nice little touch there. Yeah, I like to say, I haven't been to the Severn Valley for many, many years. So, oh, over 20. Okay, so we're going to need a bit of brake. Ah. Oh. Let's put it on 32. Look, it's the oh look, it's the cottage. This is always a nice little scene. I've seen this before in photographs. That's a nice little shot. And then down the gradient. Let's actually scoot ahead. Let's see what our 50 looks like. Ooh. Let's see what R50 looks like. Oh, this is a lovely shot. Yeah, I probably will end up taking a lot of screenshots because it's such a beautiful route. And you can see why it's taken so long to produce, because the detail that has had to go into this route is absolutely sublime. And it's free, and obviously you still have to buy the DLC, but I mean, it's freeware. And that's amazing. Blow the whistle. So we're coming up now to Edington Halt. We're not going to stop here because obviously it's a request stop. But nevertheless, we can enjoy it. There we go. Oh, there is someone here. There's a couple of people here, actually. Hello. Oh. I've not seen that detail before. The photograph. The enthusiast. Yeah, I thought I'd take the 50 out for a quick... Yeah, I thought I'd take the 50 out this time, because last time we took a steam engine out, so I thought it'd be a bit different this time, and try out a diesel. There's something a bit different. Why have I got a speed limit coming up? I'm not sure why there's a... Oh. Speed limiter coming up, but we'll slow down for it nonetheless. Oop. Hang on, I might have gone a bit too early here. Yeah, point. That should do it. Oh, I don't want to stop. There we go. Oh, crap. Why is this 5 miles an hour? Anybody know? If anybody knows why this is a 5 mile an hour speed limit, please let us know in the comments. Because I can't see how this is a 5 mile an hour speed limit. We're at Hampton. Where's... Okay. It says step, yeah. Crawling along. Well, as well just get rid of the F4 HUD because we're just crawling at the moment. Oh, 1, there we go. Well, that's a nice shot. Apart from the fact that the lamp post. So there's a nice shot, and then the telegraph pole gets in the way. The telegraph poles are a nice detail. Right. There we go. Right. I'm just panning around for a bit. Right. Right, one more coach. Right. And go. There we go. There we go, back up to speed. I've got to say, this 50 really does take off. And the little rock cut. Where are we now? We're at... Oh, I like that! Oh. That's a nice detail. Did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? The birds on the telegraph wires. That is a really, really nice detail. See, it's always the little things like that that sort of enhance a route. It's not just about all of the detail around. It's just about all the little things. And it is always the little things that make the difference. So we are 1 mile away from our first destination, which is Hampton Load, where we are going to have a stop. I'm not going to stop at the halt, but we will be stopping to have a look at the all the stations. Stopping at those, so just so you can enjoy it, rather than just go hurtling straight through. Another warning. Where's the board? It's also very cool. That's because I'm idling. There we go. There we go. Hope the game audio's okay. If it's not, then let us know, and I'll turn the game audio up, because at the moment it's on sort of medium settings. But if it's going to be too quiet, then I'll turn it up a bit. So here we are, approaching Hampton Load. Oh, another board. And there you go, we've got more diesels for you to enjoy. Please tell me I'm going into the right platform. Oop. Oh, rail joint. And here we are at Hampton Load. Put a bit more power on. There we go, take it down the end. Okay. Check the back end of our train. I do like that rail joint. I like that rail joint. And stop. Oh, and we're in a cloud of fog. Not bad. Okay, so this is Hampton Load, and you may have just briefly seen it. Look at this, look. Oh, power sliding pannier. That power slide. And hey, little miniature railway. That's a nice little touch. So this is one of the, another one of the locos you can have. These are the Westerns. Greyhound. And then you've got the, get on the platform, and then you've got the teak set. Box down the far end. Very nicely modelled station. I love all these little these little stamps, these little signs. This is great. See, anybody can just come along, make a, oh that's nice, and they've even customised that. See, this is the thing, anybody can just make a, hang on, get out of the clag. So that's the thing, anybody can just make a building and just make this building and then that would have been it, but they haven't. They've gone to the effort of making all these little signs, and look, the LMS ones. Hey! That's good. I actually have this on a poster in the hobby room where we're building the model railway. I actually have this poster. And you've got Cleethorpes, red car. Signal box, more signage. What have we got? Take your dog, Shrewsbury, Severn Valley, house removal, signal box. I mean, even this, look, you can actually read the signage. So that's nice. And then this is where they've got, is it a Barry railway coach they're doing up? So that's quite nice. So yeah, really nice. They put this in, but yeah, so really, really nice. Well done on that one. So back in the cab, make sure we are in forward gear. Right, off we go. Oh, I like the, oh god, I like the clag. The clag's nice. Just make sure that we are actually going to leave safely. We're not gonna. That is the only downside to doing the free roam. That is the only downside to doing free roam, is you have to make sure that you know where you're going. Even though it's got AI down, it does have a habit of trying to route you into the other static trains. So you do have to check it, but yeah. So I'm over by like 1 mile an hour. And off we go. We're only going to get up to like 15, then we have to slow it back down again. So we'll get it up to, near 15, and then we'll, there we go. Oh look, there's that man again. He's beating us. we go. So the next stop is Highley. How far have we got to go? Not that far. We've got to go through... Well, that's good. It gives you a long section to go into. So that's positive. So we've got to open it up, and then we've got a 10 mile. It's very fluctuating, this route, isn't it? It's not continuous. Really. Which is interesting, because then it makes it a bit more of an interesting challenge to drive, because then you can't just open it up. We could easily open it up, look, and then you've got to slope back down for a 10, and then you've got to open it up again for a 20. And then it's 25, but we're going through Highley. We'll put it on 14. We'll just keep it there. Oh, hang on. Let's just brake. Right, let's just put the brakes on. And just. There we go. Again, why is this a 10 mile an hour limit? I can't work this out. Is this all to do with the floods back in 2007? You're only allowed to do certain speeds at certain points. What are we approaching? Crossing. Okay. The horn does sound nice. Okay. Oh, it's not Highley, it's Country Park Holt. There we go. Oh, that's a nice little D. Oh. Oh, the little ducks. That's sweet. That's really sweet. The little ducks. Whoa, that's a hell of a cliff. That appears to be going into a caravan park. Okay. Alright, off we go. Open her up. We'll stick on this side for a bit. Let's stay on this side for a bit. See what the view's like on this side. Highly down fixed distant. Okay, so we're not quite there yet, but we will be going into Highley. There we go. Country Park Holt. Again, we're not stopping here, but beautifully detailed, even in passing. I have seen routes in the past where you got a halt like that and they just put a block asset platform down and a sign up and that's it. I mean, I know that is the definition of a halt, but it's like you've just not really thought it through. It's just sort of there. So, coming up now to a 15 limit. Man on a bike. See what I meant? Again. Man on a bicycle. Nice. Oh. Watching the man. Well, that's nice. Getting the camber right. That's a nice... If you look at that, that's a nice camber that they've put in. It always amazes me how developers can do something like that. Just get that little camber on a curve. That's always nice. It amazes me. It just amazes me how developers can do these routes. I mean, I've thought about getting into a route project myself, but I just haven't got... I've got the research for them, but I haven't for it anyway. But I just haven't got the talent not to do something like this. Really not. Okay, self-apply. This is going to be another tight one. And there, right, we're done. Okay. Good, we are actually going into the platform. Again, we're going to make another stop. Oh, for God's sakes. Really? There, leave it on 32. You happy? Not quite sure where the... Oh, there's a jolt. Not quite sure where the stopping point is at Highley. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay. There we go. How do we get the back end in? Oh, pretty much. Okay, right, so this is Highley. Again, this is a nice touch. The horse box. Looks like a horse box. Again, oh wow. Just note the detail inside the carriage. But anyway, some more lovely sign. Well, now here's something interesting. When I last went here, this footbridge wasn't here. But since they've put the engine house in, you can actually do it. And the signal box, yeah. Now these wagons, with the exception of this brake van, because that's from the Exeter Kingswear route, which you actually need, which is one of the routes you need for this. All of these wagons are custom built, and there's even a tools van, which is something we've never had before, and the sleeper wagon there. But these are all custom built. Well, they're not custom built, they're custom skinned for the route. They're made by... who made them? It's IOR in your scenario editor. That's where they are. And again, this is only a portion of it. There are some more, which we'll see later on. But yeah, there's loads of wagons for these. And then this is all new. And over here, we have the engine house. And yes, I did park Gordon outside. And yes, I did park Gordon outside just as a bit of fun. So yeah, this is the engine house. Annoyingly, you can't go inside because like all these buildings in Train Sim, you can't actually model the outside. You can only ever model... they don't model the inside. They only ever model the outside. But yeah, some really nice shots here. But yeah, lovely building. again, never actually been in here because when I last went to the Severn Valley, this wasn't here. This was just scrubland or whatever it was. But yeah, nice detail. Not sure about some of these trees though. Like I say, it's a beautifully detailed route. The only problem is though, sometimes is they do put a bit. I do find they put too few many trees in. So let's get going. So that was Highley, a nice little country station with the engine house. I really wanted to show you the engine house. There's not much to show inside because obviously there isn't an interior. But yeah, every loco, with the odd exception like Lady Armadale, you can actually have on that route. So there we are. So next stop is Arley, I think. Let me remember. Yep, Arley. Okay. Okay, so we'll put the speed up. There we go. Anybody ever notice that the Severn Valley has a lot of foot crossings? Or is that just me? I suppose it is a rural... I suppose that makes sense, because, I mean, it is a rural branch line. Well, secondary route, really. It's not really a branch line. But, yeah, you would have a lot of... foot crossings. But, again, it's fun, because it makes the route... It makes the route a bit more of a challenge to drive. You can't just stick it down and open up the engine and off you go. Open up your train and off you go. You really do have to think about what you're doing, which I suppose makes it all part of the fun. Coming up now to one of the viaducts. Ball. Which one's Ball? Nope. Ease it down for the viaduct. There we go. Yeah, which one is this? Ball Viaduct. Don't recognise that one. No, I can't say I recognise this one. I know they've got I know they've got Aldby, and I know they've got Tucking Mill, is it? With the windmill underneath. That's nice. I didn't know this one was here. Right, let's just get our up to speed. Ooh. Oh, that's nice, having the again the detail, the detail there. off in the distance. Oh no, look. Hang on, where's it gone? That appears to be a Sopwith Camel. But they put a plane in. Is that a camel or is that a pup? Looks like a camel. But I wouldn't swear by that. Nice view of the river. It is nice now that they've somebody came up with a river asset, a water asset. It has actually now got a shine on it, and you can actually now get the reflection. Previously, that was just a blue asset that sort of roughly looked like water, but wasn't. Just casually, just blow the whistle when you're right on top of the crossing. Ooh, what's that? Stop zooming in. Hang on, stop zooming in now. That's just a little farm building with a obligatory transit van. Nice little farm there. So we're approaching Arley. I just want to make sure that we are going through into the platform. Yep, we are. Good. It's alright, just checking the time in case everybody wonders. Oh, don't want it that high. Yeah, about there. That'll do it. We'll keep the power on, but it won't overspeed. Here we go. Oh, hang on, take the brakes. Reduce the brakes, hang on a minute. Right, hang on. There we go. Right. We got there. And then just leave it on 14. 14 throttle seems to be about right. It seems to be okay. It seems happy with that. There we go. So this is Arley, where we have a Western. I put the Western down. Ooh, I just noticed a very fine detail, but we'll... Can you... Oh, I've got to have a look at that. Okay. Perfect. Right, so this is Arley, which everybody should recognise as it was in Oh Dr. Beeching. And for those of you that don't recognise Oh Dr. Beeching, it was a comedy. It's David Croft's Lost comedy, actually, based on a little station that was being threatened with possible beaching closures. It's made by, it starred the same people like Sue Pollard, Well, look, I can't remember anybody else. I remember Sue Pollard, but yeah, it's the same cast that also did Heidi High, You Rang My Lord. Not Are You Being Served, but certainly those previous two, and it was also in Good Night, Mr. Tom. So we've got some nice little. Oh look, a little cafe, which is rather nice. A little vintage car. Looks like Caroline. Speaking of Thomas characters, Trevor! Hey! Does anybody actually know where this traction engine comes from? Because that is a really nice traction engine model. These two are enjoying it. Then you've got the signal box. Over here. And just a little siding. There are no houses. In No Dr. Beeching, you'll see some houses here. I think that was a mock-up. But this is nice. We just scoot over here. So you come down the station, down this road, pretty much into the village. And there is part of the village. Not sure about this viaduct arrangement. But yeah. See, look, this is what I mean about the water assets. You've got the bridge up here, and then you can just see the shadow, and it's flowing, whereas before that wouldn't happen. But it's nice to see the village modelled station. Let's have a look outside. It's a nice, I'd call that sandstone, sort of Cotswold stone, or near as. Again, some lovely sign. And look, they even put a little post box in there. Post box, and oh, that's nice. It's a phone box, but look, they've but they've actually kind of modelled the phone as well. Hanging baskets look nice as well. More train posters. What have we got? Golden Arrow Limited, St Ives, Bristol, all signage. It's all here. And then these and then you got this. This is the Mark 1s. Again, like the Great Western set that we're hauling, the teak set, which we saw at Hampton Load. These have been pre-numbered for scenario creators. For that, but they're not purpose-built reskins, but they do come from Armstrong Powerhouse. And then one of the other diesels you can have, this is Western Courier from the DTG's Western Hydraulics pack. Western Hydraulics pack. It's a bit of a faff trying to find this, because annoyingly Dovetail still have this system where you have to put the number in and then you have to put a letter or a symbol in. The problem with the Westerns is there are more Westerns built than there are letters and symbols on a keyboard. But there is a guide. If you search on if you go on Steam and you search for guides and you type in hydraulics, there is actually a complete guide explaining how you get the later ones, because on some of these with this you have to hit Alt and then you do 0226 on the number pad on the right hand side of your keyboard, not the bar at the top, and then you'll get the nameplate and then you'll get a little symbol, and then you just diggle around with it and you get a Western Courier. So that's a little tip. There is like I say, there is a guide on there on the on Steam that will tell you how to do it. But again, very well detailed. Take it in forward. Make sure that we're not going to have a derailment. Are we all set? Yep, and we're all set for Bewdley. Okay, so off we go. Yeah, I think I am gonna. Yeah, I think. Oh, slightly overdid it. Yeah, I think I might have to turn the video, the game audio up for you guys, because really thrashing the 50 there, and I can't hear it. So yeah, that's something for the future. Oh, we're about to cross the famous Victoria Bridge. So... okay. And we'll get it only up to 15. There we go. 15. Now, can I get a shot? Where's the bridge? Can I get a nice shot of the track? Ah, oh. Oh, can I do it? We are going to partly be in the river here. And unless I can do it from the other side. Oh, this is slightly better. Yeah. Okay, so this is slightly better. So, again, this bridge, we zoom in on it. And look, the Maker's Plate, John Fowler engineering, beautifully modelled. Absolutely beautifully modelled here. And our train's about to cross the bridge. Our lovely 50. Did we get the reflection? Oh, that's nice, the rumble. You come in close, you get the bridge rumble. There's the Hawksworth coach. Never really seen much of the coaches, but they're the Collet. They're the standard Collet coaches for Matrix trains. There is that one Hawksworth coach that you just saw, but again, it's the standard ones. It's not the high waist ones. It's the earlier pack that he produced. That yeah, that Gordon Mack produced. So we're about to go under a sewage pipe. I assume it's sewage, or it's a water pipe at least, right? Yeah, reservoirs. Can we see the reservoir? Oh. Can we see the reservoirs? Yep, there they are. Well, that's nice. You see what I mean by that shine on the water? And if you zoom in on this little man, look, you can see the reflection. That's the camera. Oh, get out. Right, let's get out of the trees. There we go. Don't get your head taken off. Branch. So where are we now? We're coming up to... Is it Northwood Holt? Yeah, we're coming up to Northwood Holt. And then we're going into Bewdley. Hopefully we'll end up going into this platform here. He says. And then Bewdley is really worth a look around. Because one of the nice things about doing these scenarios is you get on with... I mean, this is me driving it. This is the gaps in the middle. Effectively me filling in the gaps in between. So this is my first time seeing this route in full from A to B. Excuse me. From A to B, but this is when I put the scenario down, all the rolling stock, you kind of get a little bit of a preview. Ooh, what the hell happened there? P-Way team, there's a jolt in your track. Yeah, so yeah, this is my first time actually looking at this route from a driver's perspective. From the driver's perspective. But I got like a little preview of the station, so I can tell you now that some of them are worth it. So this is there we go. So this is Northwood Holt, which can't remember why the Holt is here. Does it serve a caravan park or something? I think it serves a caravan park. Nice GWR Pagoda Holt there. On a level crossing that actually works. Because some of the early TS routes, you go through a level crossing and the barriers go down, and then the cars just sort of jump through, they clip through the barrier, and you end up... Oh, let me just come inside the cab a minute. Because this is very, very laggy. Because this is actually lagging quite a bit now because of all these trees. We'll just get through these trees and then we'll open up our loco again. We're almost there. Put the power down now actually. There we go. Right. Just double check the map. Yep, we're going in. Yes, we are going into the right place. Tenby. We'll get to the Tenby wall in a minute. Put our head out again. Another jolt. I can only assume that's the tile loading system. That's doing that. Bungalow there. Imagine living there. Like, imagine living there on a Severn Valley Gala. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? So this is Tenby Wall we're coming up to. This is where... Yeah, this is where the branch... Now, is the... Yep, there you go. So those two pillars... So those two pillars there, you had... This is the... A branch line went off here. And it curved around and it went through those trees here on the right. And then it went over a bridge. They do look a bit tall, those pillars. But nevertheless, they are actually still there in real life. And it's the Wofferton. It's Tenby Wells, I know that. And then it went through Clarebury Mortimer. I should know because I've got footage of it somewhere in my vast DVD collection. We'll just have another check to make sure that we are actually going into the right place. start slowing down. Easing down. And just around the corner should be Bewdley Station. Just make sure we're okay. Yep, we're not gonna run into anything. There we go. This is the town. I don't think the town actually. I'm not sure if the town actually looks like this, or whether or not they've had to use custom assets. Because I can imagine if you had to do the entire town, like model it accurately, it would be there forever. So this is the viaduct. That's nice, the street. Give it a bit more oomph, otherwise we're going to be here forever. So can exchange equipment there. And here we are at Bewdley. So we'll just take it down again, like before. We'll just take our train down the end, and then we'll have a look around. We've got some more stock there on the right. Okay, let's start easing. Start braking. And stop. Okay. Okay. Oops. Wrong button. Hang on. Oh, what am I doing? Guys, what am I doing? There you go. And get rid of F4. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the station first. Again, nice little station building. Different style this time, but again, has been faithfully recreated. Interesting that it's got brick base and a render at the top, but again, some more nice buildings here. What does this say? Oh! It's a little cafe. Okay. The footbridges, again, this is at the attention to detail. The footbridge is accurate, the signs are accurate, even the flowers are accurate. So, these are the LMS coaches. They're the period 3s, the Gordon Mack ones. I haven't got a brake coach on because you do actually need the portholes. The LMS ones with the portholes for the brakes, which I haven't got, but that is an asset that you will need for scenarios. Now this is interesting. This is the DTG Class 20, but this has been preset as a loco that you can come in and put down. And they've done it with the 35 as well, D7029. They've done that with, well, they've custom made they've custom set up a loco that you can put down. So rather than just sit there and put a bog standard BR Blue Class 20 in and then have to faff around with all the numbers, you know, you put it down, it's there, it's ready to go. So that's nice. And then at the other end, you've got, I put the 09 in. which is from, this is not come with the route, this is just something I put down. It's from the BR Blue pack. I think it's the second one they did. Over here we've got the this is the workshop. Well, it's the old goods shed, but it's a workshop. Again, this sums up why you have to really think about what assets you want to put down, because in reality this is this siding, or these sidings and all this yard, this is often filled up with rolling stock, which if you actually could fill it, it would just overload the game. And then over on the left here we've got the, I suppose you could almost call it like a sub shed for Bridge North. So we've got some assets. So more locos. These, by the way, are just the locomotives that are in service, because you've also got the 4500, the Large Prairie, Tor Valley, of course, the 8F, the Ginty, 4MT tank, and so on. So you literally can play any scenario from the Severn Valley throughout the whole of its 50 plus years of existence. You really, really can do that, and it's fantastic to be able to play a route not just from the present era but also from its early days, and it's really nice to see that. So this is the 1400 from Caledonian Works. You can also have the PDL model of Hagley Hall, and I have no idea what happened to those lamps, but if you look down here, this is the 4MT. They're 4MT. Not quite sure what's going on here with the cab. That lining doesn't look as though that's been... Oh, I know what's happened. The doors clipped through the tender, so that might be something worth looking at, because that just looks weird. It's rather than going behind it, it's gone in front of it. But apart from that, so this is their 4MT 75069. Oh, hang on, adjust the camera again. This is based on the Stainmore 4MT, again from Steam Sound Supreme. Now, originally, when I saw this route many years ago, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I do recall seeing this in green. Because when she first came out, she was actually in the 80s, sort of 80s, 90s, she was actually in green, the Great Western Region green. But then when they brought her back, they put her in BR black. I don't know what's happened to the green model of this 4MT, but again, Bewdley, 10 out of 10, fantastic route, and you've also got the signal box at the far end, because Bewdley is such a huge site that you have to actually have two boxes. So you've got the top one down the far end there, and then you've got this one here. So we'll get going with our lovely Exeter. Actually, that's a nice shot. Are we on the running line here? No, we're not. Actually, yeah. Hang on. Just give me a second, then we'll go. Hang on. Make it back a bit. There we go. And there we go. That is the thumbnail. I'm sorry, but that shot is the thumbnail. Right, so make sure, yep, we're in forward, and off we go. So the next stop is our last destination, which is Kidderminster. This section I'm actually quite looking forward to, because this should be nice and open, and as you can see from the F4 HUD down there, we've got the West Midlands Safari Park, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they've done there, but we'll have to see what they're doing. We'll just quickly check the map. Yeah, we're all good. And then we'll have to check it when we're going into Kidderminster. So there's a little bit more so we don't slow down. Not the viaduct. There we go. And there's the first part of the West Midlands Safari Park. Completely right. It's a shame the traffic isn't moving. Really, that would have been a nice feature. The traffic was properly moving rather than just being a static object. So these are the sidings. Let me just, I can't remember what they're called. Oh, it just says civil. So this is the civil engineering department's sidings, which is just a bit of a scrubland. But yeah, so what do we have over here? We've got some elephants and giraffes. Let's just zoom up a bit. Some zebras. We've got a train spotting. There you go. We've got a train spotting giraffe. Okay. Again, that's somewhere I've actually been to. West Midlands Safari Park. It's great because people in the car could sit there and watch the animals and be like, oh, these animals are amazing, and then you could just sit there and just watch the trains go backwards and forwards. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. Is this part of the park, or is this something else? Oh no, look, there's another elephant. And some more zebras. There's no lions though. There's no lions though. Perhaps they're all sleeping. Perhaps they're probably all having a little sleep. Nice poppies there. Again, a reminder of a couple of weeks ago when we went to the North Norfolk. Oh, don't want that. That's a nice... Just get rid of the F4 a minute. That's a nice view. I'm not too sure about having all of this foliage down here. It is nice having the foliage, but maybe if it was like this on the left, like this bit on the left-hand side, it would be a little less intrusive. Because one thing about Train Simulator is, apart from being an actual, an actual simulator, and we'll just put a bit more power on, it's also very, very photogenic. The problem is when people make a route, they try to make it scenic by putting loads of shrubs in, and then it kind of actually, rather than adding, it ruins it, because then you can't get these nice screenshots. You're just going through like an avenue of foliage. So this is Bewdley Tunnel. This, coincidentally, is where they filmed the... What do they call it? Not the Ghost Train. Oh, the Signalman, which was a rendition of a Dickens novel. They made a mock signal box. It's actually on the other side, I think. Let's see what this 50 sounds like in a tunnel. Not very good, because it's full pelt. We put the lights on. The lights do absolutely nothing. Okay. Yeah, it was on this cutting where they filmed the Signalman. It was a Dickens novel. It is... I don't know if it's on YouTube. The BBC made it. See if it's on iPlayer. But it is a really, really, really good story. I wouldn't call it a ghost story as such. I'd call it more of a thriller. Because of how it's been made. Because obviously it's Victorian. So it's so it's a good story, but it is quite restrained. But yeah, it is well worth a watch. I'm just going to go in the cab a minute because we've got a lot of foliage here. But yeah, it is well worth a watch. Highly recommended. As indeed most of the Severn Valleys. Because that's the other interesting thing about the Severn Valleys. Because they've got so much stock. They've got so many bits of rolling stock from so many different periods. You can... They've had numerous... It's a bit like the Keith and Worth Valley. Because they've got so much stock from so many different companies, regions, and you've got the general feel of the place. It has appeared in a lot of TV shows, TV and films as well. So, what's that? Oh, it's just an industrial estate. And a random siding. Okay. Oh, the rail joint is nice. Rail joints there, nice. Right, are we... I've just got to make sure that we're going into the right place at Kidderminster. And... yes, we are. That's interesting. There's a 10 mph speed limit there, but it's not on the map. So this is falling. Oh, so this is Falling Sands Viaduct. Again, lovely rendition of it. Beautiful rendition of the viaduct. Very well executed. Okay, and we're coming into Kidderminster. It's alright, another time check. Okay, so we just got a... oh god. Right, we'll start. We'll just have a quick double check. Yep. Yes. Okay. Actually, this is quite good because we should be able to use the gradient to our advantage here. Let's notch her up to 24. We'll notch it up to 24, knocking it back to 14. It seems happy at 14. Okay. Here we go. So this is the carriage shed that's actually built on the site of the old hump yard. Again, I've actually got footage of that somewhere. And it is huge. It literally goes from there all the way down there. Because the Severn Valley has a huge amount of, as we've seen many times in this video, it's got a huge amount of rolling stock. And rather than having, and unlike when it was in its heyday, when it was 2 or 3 coaches, they can now have 7 or 8, or possibly even 9 coaches. And obviously 9 coaches needs a lot of coverage, so you've got this huge engine shed, carriage shed that they put in at the end. Oh, and they've actually put in, well, that's nice, they've actually modelled an interior rather than just leaving a void. So this is the diesel workshop. Again, like I said at the start of the video, I could have put more diesel... oh, hang on. I could have put more diesel assets in. But the problem there is, and same on here, there's the turntable. I could have put more assets down, But the problem there is you are just going to overburden the game, and it will just crash all the time. Because I think, like I said at the start of the video, when I set this up, I think the game must have crashed about 4 or 5 times. Just trying to set the scenario up. So we're coming into Kidderminster now, the end of the line, and we've got more 50s. I've put down, who did I put down? Hercules and Ark Royal, although I have no idea what's happened to that double arrow. No idea what's happened there. But anyway, that's Ark Royal. Not sure why that is, unless that's glitched somehow. I'll have to have a look at that. So, gently does it. We're not quite in yet, are we? Okay, and there we go. Start braking now. Until self-lap. And done. Right, so this is Kidderminster. Nice little pagoda there. We'll have a look at the BR station in a moment. So opposite, we've got the little. Well, this is supposed to be I think it's 7 1/4 or 5-inch gauge miniature railway that goes between the two. I think what they've done there is they've used the narrow gauge track as well. This is the siding where Warwickshire was based for ages, but this whole building here, this massive goods shed, is actually now the Kidderminster Railway Museum. There you go, there it is, Kidderminster Railway Museum, which is just opposite. Not sure if the Severn Valley own that, because every time you go on Heritage Railway Association's website, this is put down as separate to the Severn Valley, but this, again, when I was here, over 20 years ago, this was not here to provide covered accommodation. It's absolutely fantastic. All of the detail, the black bricks around, the windows surround, the WH Smiths, the luggage there, the toilet and the platforms, more signage. What we got? Paynton, London and Penzance. Even the litter bins and the sandwich kiosk. And with this dog and the trolley. It looks absolutely beautiful. If you come here, you know what this reminds me of? And I'm not sure if it was inspired by this or not. This looks very much like Moore Street in Birmingham, with the ironwork, the brick, the stone, all of the benches and the platform detail. Absolutely amazing detail. Again, the coaches, these Mark 1s are custom. They are custom numbered for that. Down here, you've got the... Oh! Hold on a second. Hey, there is a little train. Well, kind of. They've sort of shrunk one. But yeah. Oh, they got a little... It's a little baby HST. Very nice. Not sure about the idea of using containers as a sitting asset. There we go. So yeah, Kidderminster signal box, because all of this area used to actually be goods yard, and then the Severn Valley just built a brand new station. Really do not know what's gone on with Ark Royal there. I'll have to have a look at that. This is the massive goods shed that's now the carriage and wagon, the carriage department's workshop. And then over here, you've got Kidderminster New Station, which, compared to the Severn Valley Station, is boring. So yeah. Was that man about to walk up the steps? Hang on. I thought I saw a man. Nope, never mind. So yeah. Anyway, so we'll come back here. And we'll just sit. Where are we going to park? Where should we put the camera? Let's pop it here. There we go. So yeah, so that was the Severn Valley Railway from Steam Sound Supreme. Hope you've all enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, do go and download this route. It is absolutely fantastic. Like, as I've said all throughout the video, there is loads of rolling stock you can use. There's loads of locos you can use. It's photogenic. You can do any period from any time in the Severn Valley's history. It's all there, and it is well worth getting. So, hope you've all enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you all on the next Let's Play. Bye for now.